Hello guys, welcome back to your own channel, that is Smart English Learning with Sushma Ruhal. As you know, in class 12th I have already given you the solution of rest of the chapters of Flamingo and poem first also. And now this is the time when I'm just giving you the solution of a poem 2, and this is your second part of this video, and the poem name is An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum, and this is written by Stephen Spender. So the poet is Stephen Spender, and An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. If you want to watch line to line, word to word explanation, literary figures, keywords, etc., in the first part, so you should watch it. It's a prior part there. That is part one of this poem, An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. And in this video, we will come to know about the salt extracts, NCERT and board question answers. So full solution will be given here, and which are important according to the point of view board, we will discuss the same. But if you would like to watch rest of the videos about grammar part, writing section or literature, so you can watch here on this channel. The very first, An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum, important stanzas are given before you. So the first is here, stanza is given before you, and what is the question? Where do you think are these children sitting? So where the children were sitting there? These children were sitting in the school classroom in a slum. Means this school is in the slum area. This school classroom is in the slum area, and this is far away from winds or waves blowing strongly, or you can say this area is far away from every kind of a facility. Next, how do the faces of hair of these children look? How do the faces, means how the faces are looks like, and how the hair are look like them. So the faces of the children look pale. Pale means yellowish, okay, like dim, dull, like that. Their uncombed and unkempt hair look like rootless and wild plant. There means wild plants. Why we are saying like this? Because they have never combed their hair, so uncombed hair looks like unrooted, okay, unrooted or rootless plants there. Next, why is the head of the why is the head of the tall girl weighted down? Weighted down means here that is a bent down. Weighted down means here bent down. So why the girl kept her head down? Why? It means a burden of the world. It is showing you the burden of the world, and she feels depressed. She is ill. She is sick, and she's not feeling well. So you can say that the tall girl is keeping her head down because she is feeling burden of her life. She is feeling depressed, and she is sick, she is ill. The next is, what do you understand by the paper seeming boy with red eyes? A paper seeming boy means very thin skinny boy, and his eyes were just like red eyes. So what is this? It means that the boy is expectationally thick, thin, weak, and hungry. The next extract is given here, that is the, you can read this one, and the question is, who is the unlucky here, and what will he inherit? Who is unlucky here? The lean and thin boy having red eyes. Lean and thin means very weak or very thin skinny boy having red eyes, and a stern grown is the unlucky here. Unlucky here means he is unlucky here, he is not lucky, and he will inherit twisted bones from his father. Means to say कि उसके जो twisted bones, जो उसकी मुड़ी हुई हड्डियां हैं, उसने उनको कहाँ से पाया? जैसे उसने अपने फोर फादर से मिले, जैसे कहते हैं ना कि जनरेशन टू जनरेशन चेंजेस विल बी गोइंग ऑन देयर. सो द सेम, this is called it a genetic also. These twisted bones are called it genetic also. What is the stern boy reciting? What is he reciting? He is reciting a lesson from his desk, and he is emulating systematically how his father developed the naughty disease. Naughty disease means जैसे गठिया बाह होता है. Next is, who is sitting at the back of the dim light? Who is sitting? A sweet young boy sits at the back of this dim light. He sits there unnoticed. Unnoticed means this is his thinking that he is noticed by no one. And this question was in the board examination. Next, his eyes live in a dream. So what is his dream? What dream does he have? What is the dream here? The boy seems hopeful. He is hopeful that someday he will get some facilities there. He dreams of a better time, outdoor games of a squirrel game. Means what he is doing, he is watching here a squirrel game, he just want to go outside and play the game there, right? Next is given here, what is the color of the classroom walls? What is the color? Sour cream color, off white color. Off white color or sour cream color is there, or you can say the walls are faded there, the color is faded there. What does the color suggest here? The color suggests that decayed aspect and pathetic condition. Means this color and this situation of the wall, like a sour cream wall, it's showing you that their life was pathetic, their life was uh, colorless, and they had no color in their life. Next is, what do the classroom walls have? what was what was there? The classroom walls have four pictures, four posters there. One was of Shakespeare, second buildings with domes, third was a world map, and fourth was beautiful valley. So these four posters were pasted on the wall. Next C is given here, which two words does the poet hint at? Which two words are given here? How is the contrast between the two words presented here? So which two words does the poet hint here? Which are the two words? The poet hints the two words. The two words, one is of poverty, misery, and man and malnutrition. Means malnutrition means here not healthy there, that is unhealthy, of the slum children. Means they are just telling you the misery condition, poverty condition, and unhealthy condition of the slum area children. There they are weak and they are not having any kind of growth there. And the other world is there, that is of the progressive, prosperity, and peoples are there. Okay, every kind of facilities given there, richness is there, powerful is there. Means both of the words are given here. One side there is the life of slum area children, that is very very atrocious there. Second side, the life is given of the world where they are getting richness, happiness, everything, but they are far away from such kind of life, and they have no chance, they have no chance to get such kind of life. Next, you have to explain open-handed map. What do you mean by open-handed map? Open-handed map means here suggests you the map of the world drawn at a will of a powerful people. Means where the powerful people are there, open-handed maps are there, where every kind of situation, every kind of facility is there, and directors like Hitler. Okay, open-handed maps there. Second, avoiding the world its word. Avoiding the world its words means that whatever the world is there, like they were living in the slum area, so that world, only that world was their own world. They had no connectivity with other world. Next, what are the children referred to here? Children, what are the children referred to here? These children are referred to here who study in an elementary school classroom. Means these children are studying in elementary school classroom, and this classroom is in the slum area. Which is their world? Which is their world? Their world is limited to the window of the classroom. Means they can't go outside the window, they have just only future closed with that classroom only, and they are confined only within the narrow streets. Means their narrow streets are there, and those narrow streets with narrow skies, only that is their world. Next, how is their life different from that of other children? How their life is different there? Their life is different because they have no food, no clothes, no shelter. Okay, and they are not getting any kind of facility here. What is the future of these children? Their future is faded, their future is black, their future is in dark, their future is uncertain. And the next is, surely Shakespeare is given there. So what is, who are them referred in this first line? Who are them? Who are given them here? So here them refers to the children studying in the slum school. Them is here the students studying in the slum school. What tempts them? Tempt means attracts. Where they are attracting? They are attracting towards the posters which are pasted on the wall, and like valleys, toilsome valley poster is there, sun is there. Okay, so many more things are there. Shakespeare's poster is also there, head poster is there. So they are just attempting towards the stealing habit there, because they don't have any kind of source to get such kind of facility. So what can they do? They can't do anything. They are just only tempting or attracting towards the stealing habit. Next is given, what does the poet say about their lives? What does the poet say about their life? The poet says that the children spend their lives confined in their crammed holes like rodent. Means what do you mean by this one? That people says कि जो poet क्या कहते हैं कि जो children है वो अपनी life कहाँ spend करते हैं? Crammed मतलब रेंगते हैं, जैसे रेंगते हैं ना holes में, तो उनकी तरफ मतलब जैसे अपने hole की तरफ रेंगना या फिर अपनी जो झोपड़ी उनकी तरफ जाना. Next is from fog to endless night. What do you mean by this? Fog to endless night means their future is fog to endless night. Means first of all we came to know that their future is fog, full of fog, कि उनकी जो life full of fog है, there is a darkness in their life, that their dreams and their life is dull, that is dim, that is not clear. So and that life is endless life, that life is endless life, there is no end of such kind of life. Now come to the NCERT questions. You have to tick mark the first one there, which is the best option given here. The tall girl with her head weighted down means the girl is ill and exhausted. Well, yes, first is the same, first is the correct option. Has her head bent or shame? No. Has a tidy hair? No. So the A is the correct option. The paper seeming boy with red eyes means the boy is sly or secretive, thin, hungry and weak. Yeah, obviously second is correct here. The stunned, unlucky hair of twisted bones means the boy has an inherited disability. Yeah, this is correct. Was a short or bony? No. His eyes live in dream. A squirrel game in the tree and other than the means the boy is. Okay, sorry. So two options are given. So first option is correct here. First option is correct. His eyes live in dream. So what do you mean by this? Full of hope in future. Or mentally ill, they are mentally ill, or distracted from the lesson. No, full of hope in the future, he is having full of hope in the future. Okay, so all these answers are given, like is ill and this one has inherited full of hope and yeah, this is left here. So the children faces are compared to rootless weeds. Why rootless weeds? Because they are insecure, that's why. And now come to the answer questions there. First question, what do you think is the color of sour cream? So sour cream, this is very important question. This question was many of the time in the examination. So what do you mean by this sour cream word? The color of sour cream is off white. भाई sour cream क्या होता है? Off white color होते हैं. The poet has used this expression to suggest the decaying aspect. Means he just saying that from long time there is no change in the slum area life, and he just telling us that the classroom walls are just only symbolize, and they are just symbolizing us the pathetic condition of the children who are living in the slum area. The next is there, the walls of the classroom are decorated with the pictures of Shakespeare, buildings of domes, okay, world map and beautiful valleys. So what do you mean by this one? And how do these contrast with the world of these children? How? What is the contrast of this one? The pictures that decorated the walls hold a stark contrast with the world these undeferred, poverty stricken, poor children, slum children living in this life. Means they are just telling that in what kind of situation are they and what is the actual life outside. And obstacles means problems hamper their physical and mental growth. मीन जो obstacle जो problems उनके सामने आ रही हैं, they hamper their physical and mental growth. तो उससे उनके physical और जो mental growth है that will stop there. And the pictures on the wall suggest beauty, well-being, progress and prosperity. Means जो pictures हैं which are appeared, which are shown on the wall, all these are showing the beauty, well-being, progress and prosperity. Even on the other hand, their world was different than this one. Okay, so and next one is here, what does the poet want for the children of the slum? What he want there, and how can their lives be made to change? How? The poet wants the people in authority to realize their responsibility. Means this question was also in the board, and this is very important question. What does the poet want for the children of the slums? भाई वो स्लम के जो बच्चे हैं, जो स्लम एरिया में रहने वाले बच्चे, उनके लिए वो क्या चाहता है, क्या डिमांड उसके, क्या चाहते हैं? द पोइट वांट्स द पीपल और टू द अथॉरिटी टू रियलाइज देयर रिस्पांसिबिलिटी टुवर्ड्स दीज चिल्ड्रन हु आर लिविंग इन द स्लम एरिया. मींस दे शुड रियलाइज व्हाट इज देयर ड्यूटी, व्हाट इज देयर रिस्पांसिबिलिटी. दे शुड आल्सो visit in the slum areas, and they should also come to know what kind of injustice is going with them, happening with them, okay, and inequality they have to face there. So he is just requesting to everybody that they should go there and just watch that what is going on there, and they should realize their responsibility. So this is the demand of this poet. And how can their life be made to change? Life will obviously change when somebody will take action and somebody will provide them some facilities and some opportunities, some support to go ahead there. Okay, so it was all about the solution of this poem. If you would like to watch its first part, go to the channel and you can watch that video with literary figures. I taught you that poem. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a nice